Hey everybody, Crystal Gamer here, and welcome to my Sims channel and to the results video for my most recent Make Me Want to Buy pack challenge, which happens to be for Island Living, which I'm so excited about because I have been looking forward to us doing this particular one forever because I love Sulani. So I guess players won't have to work very hard to convince me to buy it, but yeah, minor technicality. But anyway, we have lots of really incredible images, and because we have a lot of outdoor images and outdoor photography is kind of my jam, I'm going to have some photo tips and whatnot as we go too. And if you're new around here and wondering what the heck I'm talking about, what we're doing is a pack focus challenge, and I run these around once a month or so, and then we review the entries at the end, which of course is what we're here for today. And the challenge itself is a mix of sales and marketing coupled with design and photography, and players can enter up to 4 photos of a build that focuses on the challenge pack. And the build can be anything at all whatsoever: single room, many rooms, full build, interior, exterior, whatever the participant wants. The goal is just to make me want to buy that pack. And at the end, I announce a few winners that we get what we call fake awards, which basically means they get bragging rights. And so if you yourself would be interested in a chance to win these amazing bragging rights, just follow me on Twitter at CrystalGamer1. And I put out a poll after each challenge results video so that you guys, the viewers and participants, can choose which pack you want to see us do for the next challenge. And then once we close the poll, then I post the challenge to Twitter. So definitely keep your eyes open on my Twitter if you're interested in participating. I'd love to get some more players in. Some of our regular group has kind of dropped off because of life. You know how it goes. So I would love for us to get some more players in so that we can keep the challenges going. So if you're interested, definitely do check that out. So, all right, I often create a build in line with the challenge. Unfortunately, this time I didn't have any time to do that. So we are going straight into our review. So first up, we have SwaggyBomb083X with a tweet who says, "This lovely vacation rental offers something for everyone with enough rooms to enjoy the honeymoon or take a family vacation. It offers enough space to throw kava parties and get to know the community even better." All right, so let's take a look. This looks like such a cool place. God, Sulani is so gorgeous. It's such a cute build. I love it. Love it. So this is adorable. All right, so I'm going to do a lot of photographic stuff today, though. We're going to talk a lot of photography today. And so I love this photo except for one element, and that is the light string at the bottom. For me, it doesn't frame it. It sort of takes away from it, and I'd love to see it cropped down just so this is cropped out of it or just kind of gone away. But if this light string was gone away, I love this image. This image is so good. It's very, very nice. And I like the lighting too. It's kind of subdued, but we still have some shadows and all of that. So it's a really good image on lighting. It's very well composed. All of it is fabulous. This is very good. And this is so interesting. I don't know how, what the story is with this light coming through here or whatever, but I like it. It's very neat. I like that we have some tree framing up top, and we even have this palm tree on the right that's kind of framing a little bit. The only thing on this one is I would have tilted the camera down just a little bit to have the lower part of this house so it wasn't cut off, so we'd get all of the build and we wouldn't lose that one section. But this is so fascinating with this light. This is so unique. It's very eye-catching from a photographic perspective. It's really cool. I like it a lot. I think it's pretty unique and very cool. This one here is cool. It took me a second when I first looked at this one. So that's a mermaid tail coming out of the bath, which is super neat. Now, someone taught me a trick, and I think it was one of my challenge players, and I can't remember which one. Maybe one of the Laras. Maybe Lara is Simming or Larian BYT. I can't remember. I'm so terrible about remembering things, but there is a trick, a button you can click, and I will try to remember to put it on the screen afterwards, where you can change the focus of the camera. and it's in options in The Sims. And if you hit it, you can make like this in focus back here. Now, unfortunately, what we can't do is make the house in focus and the sort of framing area and the bathtub and everything a little bit blurred, which is ideally what you would want for a shot like this, so that the view was the thing that, you know, you'd really draw in the eye to. But I still like the shot conceptually. I really like the shot. I think it's very cool. And I think it's very cool that it's a mermaid tail coming out of the tub. I thought that was a very cool idea. And this is adorable too. So this looks like a little bit of evening relaxation in the water by the vacation resort. So that's very nice. I love it. Yeah, I need to go on vacation. This pack is going to so make me want to go on vacation, this whole thing. Oh, goodness, we're already done and on to the next one. They go by so fast. All right, so Deya Simmer. Now that Mary's kids are all grown up, she moved to a house in Sulani and opened a bar at home. She loves to serve drinks and foods and to have the house full, but she also loves to have the place just for herself. All right, so this is cute too. I like that we have a little kid playing in the water. And this one here, okay, so this is so photographically interesting. I had a hard time with this because we have this image and then we have this next image. Okay, so let's analyze these because one of them ended up in the finals and I had a super hard time choosing between the two. And the reason being because in this image, the lighting is so much better in my personal view. Like, just to look at sort of like the overall tone, it's softer, it's warmer, it's more inviting, it's more appealing. You get to this, it's bright, but it's slightly harsh, right? Which is always the case, by the way, in real life photography, same thing. Like, don't take photos at high noon because the light is really bright and harsh and everything. I actually do that in Sims photography a lot because I'm lazy. Like I'll just switch it to the brightest part of the day, and because I don't want to set the time and everything, and I'll just be lazy. But if you're not being lazy, sunset or sunrise is the time period. It's what we photographers call golden hour, and it's what makes your image look more like this. But the reason I had a really hard time with this and deciding between the two for the finalists. So yes, Deya Simmer, telling you ahead of time, one is in the finals. But the reason I had such a hard time deciding was because while the lighting is better in this one, in my opinion, the composition is better here. She's got a stronger angle on the house here, a stronger angle on the boats here, and it flows with this line of the I don't know if that's a pier or whatnot that's there, but all of the lines in this compositionally flow a little bit nicer to me. And I felt like that one flowed a little bit nicer compositionally, but this one here, the lighting, I think I ended up going with this one because the lighting was just better for me all around on this one. So I do believe that this one is the one that ended up in the finals, but I just wanted to take the opportunity to kind of point out to you guys, it's very interesting when you look at photos, especially when you look at two very similar photos and you kind of try and look at sort of the pros and cons and try and figure out which is better. It can be very difficult. But yeah, love both of those. They're very, very cool. And then we have this one at the bar. Looks like, I'm not sure if she's making some kava or some other stuff, but it's pretty cool. I like that we have the bartender in here doing some stuff. That's kind of neat. And then we go to this one that is a closer up shot of the place. And that's nice as well. Next up, we have Miss Helen Ashcroft. The Sapphire Shore has been transformed into 3 self-contained villas, a social area with bar and barbecue, and an intimate wedding space along the shore. So, all right, I actually rearranged Helen's photos. I did this with a few people where I actually rearranged their entries into the order where I put my favorite of theirs last. I went least favorite to most favorite, you know? So I like this image. I do, but it's definitely not her most stunning image. It does show the place pretty well, though, as far as showing the design. So it's cute. I like the fact that she has the people facing the camera so we can see it. It gives a little bit of engagement engagement. They're talking and all of that gives some engagement into the photo, which is very nice. And then we have this, and I love this. I love this. So it shows the kind of the whole overarching thing. It's an excellent photo. But here again, we get to do this awesome thing. I love what you guys did this time. My God, it's so good. Because a few of you gave me kind of similar things. So, all right, I love this photo, but let's look at this one. I personally think, now you guys may think differently because photography is very subjective, but I personally think that this is a much better shot. Now, it's similar. It's the same area. It's similar. So what we're looking at is from down lower, where our camera is kind of over here to the left, and we're looking with the fireplace in the center on the second image. So it's a much lower image. This is higher up. Yes, we are getting more of the build in this image, but in this one here, in my opinion, we have a much more intimate feel in the image. And again, the lighting is very good in this image. It works. Nice colors in the sky. We've got a bird or something, or a plane. Look, it's a bird. It's a plane. I know we've got something up there, which is kind of cool. And then we've got some good shadows and lighting on the ground. It's just such a nice, warm, inviting look. I love it, love it, love it. And then this, oh my God, this is so simple, but a lot of times simple is the best thing you can do. A lot of times simple is truly the best thing you can do, because she's got this beautiful setup and the lines are perfect. She's got very nice diagonals here and the composition is great. The only thing maybe could have made this better, possibly, maybe, and I'm not even sure about that, would maybe have been taking the camera down just a little bit and getting more of this beautiful scenery in the back here, lowering it down a little bit. But it's so good. This is so good. God, I love this image. Oh, it's so good. It's like yummy. It's yummy. It's wonderful. Okay, next up, Lara and BYT. Sulani's volunteer beach cleanup program is an opportunity for Sims all over the world to give back to the environment and learn about Sulani's unique ecosystem. Write research grants or just relax in the program's conservationist camp. All right, so this must be the program's conservationist camp, which is not a bad image, but a lot of the images in all the entries and everything that we have today are sort of stunning lighting wise, which makes a regular image at this point sort of, yeah, it's nice, but we're being so blown away by the stunning lighting images that they sort of overshadow the regular. This, I love this. This is so cool. This reminds me a little bit of a military barracks, only way, way nicer. But I love this, and I like the lighting. I like the fact that it's bright. It's nice and bright, but not too bright. We don't have anything that's like blown out color-wise, but it's good lighting. You can see the image very nicely. It's very symmetrical. Good design overall. So yeah, I like this one a lot. And then we have this one, and she gave us two kind of sort of similar images, and I put them back to back on purpose. So she gave us this one and the next one are kind of sort of similar, but we're looking at different times of day, and she did a couple of smart things on this, in my opinion. The composition is good. I love the fact that we've got like the volcano in the back with the stuff coming out of the volcano. And, she's got the guy doing the fire stuff here and everything. So it's cool that we have a fire. We have some activity going. And it's just a really cute image. I like it a lot. But she kind of blows it away with this one, right? Or this one kind of blows it away, whatever, you know what I mean. So this is so good. I love this image. This is so great. And a big part of the reason that this is great, compositionally, it's fabulous. She's doing a lot of fabulous things compositionally. We can see the background. It's beautiful. The build itself is great. And I love the fact that she has the mermaid here. This is so good. Now, if I threw it in Photoshop, for me, myself, if I threw it in Photoshop, I would get rid of the girl over here and probably this thing over here, because it draws my eye a little bit. These two items on the right kind of draw my eye, and I don't want my eye going to this area on the right. I want it going to this mermaid and the house thing. And the rest of the composition, like if I got rid of these two things, this is a 10 out of 10. I love this composition. So good, so good. Awesome, awesome, awesome. It's almost like you guys have been listening to a photographer like yap on at you for like a year or two or something. So, okay. So, Mena Buchner. Sulani is just so magical. From weddings on the beach to sun tanning or living off the grid, the sun always shines in Sulani. Yes, it does. It's beautiful. And Gotta love Mena. So Mena has been with me since the beginning. She has played every single challenge. I do believe she's the only person. I think she hasn't missed a single challenge. I believe she has 100% attendance. But sometimes, in order to make the challenge, there are times where she just throws something together. Like, oh God, I need to get an entry in, and she just throws something together. And there are other times, like this time, where she used this as an entry for both the Sparked challenge, the wedding destination, and mine. And she took her time. And again, it's almost like she's had a photographer yapping at her for a couple of years. So look at this. This is so good. The lighting is so great. Everything about this is fabulous. I love this. Absolutely love this. The only thing that she could have done better would have been if the couple were kissing. That would have, it's like a 9 out of 10. And if the couple were kissing, it would have been a 10 out of 10. But this is so freaking good. Okay, next up, another one. My God, she blew it out the water this time. Mena really blew it out the water. This is fabulous too, because she has her build in the back. So she did this very smartly. And this is another one of those things. I am doing stuff with you guys this time. Y'all have to understand these images are so good this time that I'm being I'm picking apart little stuff. The only way this could have been made better, because this is so freaking good. The only way this could have been made better is if somehow her build, if the photo was angled differently so that her build were over on the right side and we were looking at the jet skier, especially with this angle on the jet skier. I love the angle on the jet ski itself and the angle on the girl on the jet ski. And if the build was over here on the right, it would be perfect, because right now what's happening is we have a slight heavy balance on the left. The image is more weighted on the left. There's more stuff on the left. So it's more heavily weighted on the left. A balance to have the building on the right would have been even better, but this is another one. It's like a 9 out of 10. And it probably took her a lot to get this image, right? To even get this with the woman in her wedding dress with her jewels and everything. So I just kind of love that. But no, it probably took Mena a little bit to get this image and get this perfect. And it's so good. But that's the only thing could have made it better, is to stick the build on the right. And then this one, oh my God. So they just keep getting better. This one is the 10 out of 10, which is why it's on the back end, because this one is the 10 out of 10. This is so freaking good. Beautiful symmetry, beautiful lines. I mean, your eye is drawn to the couple. They're right there. It's great. Your eye is drawn down. The little flower things on the side are fabulous with the curtains. I mean, everything, it just takes you right into the image. Your eye goes exactly where it's supposed to be. This is so good. So good. Oh, love it. And then we have this one, and this is Mena's last one. I forgot to do hers in order of my favorites or whatever, because all of hers were really great, but that last one was definitely my favorite. This is a fabulous image as well. We have a lot of weight on the right side of this image, but I don't mind it with this boat thingy on the left. The lady, if I were photoshopping this, I would Photoshop her out. She's throwing my eye a little bit, just a tiny bit, but beautiful lighting. Look at the lighting. Look at this beautiful shadows here. Just the soft, nice, warm lighting. The build looks great. And like I say, even though it's more heavily balanced on the left, with the boat here, I think you're all set. I think it balances enough. So yeah, that's beautiful too. Next up, we have Tony W. Gus. Inspired by the natural formations of sand dunes, the build folds into the natural scenery and affords ocean views from all directions. And Tony, oh my God, Tony really worked with Sulani. He worked with Sulani. He worked with light. Pretty sure he edited his images a bit, because they pop. They look like they've been sharpened to me. They look like they've had a little bit of saturation and vibrance added or something like that. And they definitely pop. It shows. It really shows. This image, God, all right. I don't even know. I don't even know where to begin. There's so much good going on here. I wish we had real cameras. You all know what I mean. I wish we had real cameras where a professional camera where we could control focus, because compositionally and lighting wise, this image is so freaking good. You guys blew me away. I felt like looking at this challenge. I felt like a proud mama, all of these people have been listening to me for a long time, and look at how good their photos are. And I was so happy with everything on this challenge. It's been wonderful. But anyway, this has so much going for it. So we're framing on the right, we're framing below. Compositionally, it's fabulous. The lighting in the back is fabulous. If you had a real camera, a professional camera, the thing that you could do that would make this, again, the 9 out of 10 thing, right? The thing that you could do to make this a 10 out of 10 with a real camera, can't do it in Sims, is set the focus on this guy and have everything around just a little bit blurred, and have this midsection be in focus, especially the guy on the swing, and that puts it at a 10 out of 10. Unfortunately, we have limitations with the game, but man, is this good. So good, so good. Then we get to this. I think I did this out of order too, because I think these two are my favorites out of the 4 Tony submitted, but this is another one. There's so much good going on. And I know I'm not talking about the builds that much, because the photography this time really overshadowed, and it is kind of a marketing challenge. So you're trying to sell me, so the photography has to be good, right? But the build is cool on this too. And I know I haven't talked about that too much, but on this, the build is kind of neat. And I like it with these rocks here. It almost looks like, I don't know, it looks like it kind of goes, but there's a lot good going on in this. Again, we've got nice soft lighting. Look at the warm tones, beautiful. The moon rising in the back right here in the center is fabulous. Again, he did some editing to make the colors pop, and it's a little bit sharp, and the colors are popped and all of that stuff. Love the sky color, and of course we have some birds here and everything. So yeah, this is very cool. Very cool. And then we have this image, and there isn't too much build in this image, but all I can say, I saw this image and I was like, oh God. The first thing when I saw this image was like, hubba hubba. It's like, literally, those are the first words that came to my mind. I was like, I don't know what Tony's trying to do to me here. Just, yeah, okay, you have good taste in men. Thank you, Tony. I don't know that I can give it to you for the build, but I was like, dang, look at those muscles. Okay. I really, there's something freaky wrong with me that I think a sim is that hot. Okay. Moving on. Next one before I embarrass myself further. Okay. Yeah. I love this design. Look what he did up front with the landscaping in this design. Is this part of his build? Because if it is, this is freaking awesome, Tony. I love it. I love it. It's not my favorite photograph that Tony submitted, but I absolutely love this whole design thing here. This is freaking brilliant. Everything, the whole landscaping thing. I'm like blown away by the landscaping. I am so digging that. Love it so much. So, okay, next up, Sim M4 design. If you are feeling tipsy, oh God, I love her. If you are feeling tipsy, it must be a tropical breeze blowing your way. What else can it be? Her tweets are always so good. And this, oh my God, I want to be here. Okay, so she's the one that did the build where I wanted to be at her build. So I feel like she focused even more on the build than the photography maybe, but I want to be at this build because this outside area, this would be so something my husband and I would enjoy on vacation. This would be fabulous. Yes, love it. This is nice. I actually wish the Sims weren't here. I feel like looking at the Sims back is a distraction, but I like the image. I wish we could have the doors open without the Sims walking through, because I think conceptually this is a very, very good image as far as what you could show with the doors open and all of that. So, and I love that she put this thing behind the headboard. That's a very cool design element. I know I've been talking so much more photography than design today, but just because it's been so good, I can't help it. It's hard. I can't help it. But But this one here, I feel like she focused a little bit more on the design, which is cool too. I like this area that she has on the left with the little picnic tables and the thingy over the top. I think that's a nice little area. It sort of feels good. She is in build mode. We can see that because she's got the lines, but so we can see that little bit, but that's okay. I think this one, I love this one. This is my favorite image for her this time. I love this from a design perspective. I like it from an image perspective. I feel like having the couple of Sims in here engaging, I think it adds to it a lot. And I love the little lights over here too. And just from a build perspective, I think this is cool. This is my favorite of hers. I really like it. And then I threw in J2J plays, even though she gives us the 4 times. She has a PS2. Unfortunately, she doesn't have the same abilities as the rest of us do, but she gave us a shoreside residential suite converted to a beach gateway paradise. Ooh, clothing optional. And, she gave us the 4 pictures like she does, but I needed to include this because I love this top left picture so much. So yeah, I definitely wanted to just include it and give her a little bit of a shout out. I love this with the palm trees up here on the left. That was definitely my favorite of her 4. And that brings us to the end of our review and on to our finalists. So first off, congratulations to all who did end up in the finals. Y'all really outdid yourselves this time. Everyone really outdid themselves. It was hard. It was tough choosing. There were so many good images this time. It was so wonderful. But now for the part that you have all been waiting for, our fake awards. In 3rd place, we have Tony W. Gus with his awesome shot of the guy on the swing surrounded by all the greenery and the stunning lighting. It's so good and so Sulani. So congrats to Tony W. Gus for this impressive entry and 3rd place finish. Next up, in 2nd place, we have Ms. Helen Ashcroft with this simple but yet absolutely gorgeous island wedding scene bathed in this beautiful soft lighting, making it look all romantic. This is just so great in every way. I just simply love it. So huge congratulations to Miss Helena Ashcroft for her 2nd place win and bragging rights. And finally, in 1st place, we have Mena Buchner, who completely blew it out the park this time. Every image she submitted was just wonderful, but the couple kissing at the wedding venue takes the cake. This shot is just perfect in every way. It's also very Sulani, a great marketing shot if I've ever seen one. Just so well done. So a huge congratulations to Mena Buchner for today's 1st place finish. And may all 3 winners bask in their bragging rights glory. I'll post a congratulatory tweet in a few days once I know all the participants have viewed the video so we don't spoil the results for anyone. And thank you so much to all our participants and to our viewers. And normally this is when I would tell you not to forget to keep your eyes on my Twitter for the poll for the next challenge, but this last one was a tie. So our next challenge is going to be Discover University, and I will put the ad out soon. I've got to get the ad together and I'll get it out soon, but feel free to start working on your designs and photos. And thank y'all for spending the time with me today. If you're not yet subscribed and you enjoy Sims content, then do hit that subscribe button and the little bell below before you head out. And I hope to see y'all back again next time. Bye now.